Welcome back to the Loss Prevention News Network. I'm Joe LaRocca here with co-MC Amber Bradley. You know, last week the National Retail Security Survey results were released. And in the survey, beyond the shrink, beyond the organized retail crime, are some important sections about developing people. This week we're at the National Retail Federation's Protect conference just outside of Dallas, Texas. And there's a whole lot going on when we look at how do we develop the people in our industry and teach management the new ways forward. Our next guest is Joan Manson with the Container Store, in charge of a whole bunch of different functions, including loss prevention, but uniquely qualified to talk about people development, and specifically women in loss prevention, a group she's been a part of here at the NRF for a long time. Joan, thanks for being here.
Thank you, Joe.
And I'm going to give this to you because Amber's going to ask you a few questions.
That's right. That's
Okay,
right. Not
let's
that we're
do
leaving
it.
you out of this, okay? It's very inclusionary here. So, Joan, you truly have been, in your career, a pioneer for women in loss prevention, both as you were coming up the ranks, but also really as a mentor and a key promoter of establishing women in loss prevention. And so part of that has been with the NRF in the organization within NRF, which is Women in Loss Prevention. And we want to know, what's the update? Like, what's going on with you guys, and what do you have coming up, and what are you working on to continue your goal of furthering women in this industry?
Well, excellent question. The
I think
women
so.
in loss prevention just had their annual luncheon at the NRF Protect conference. The room was full, standing room only. It was an outstanding event every year. It's so wonderful. And this year, what's new is the NRF is supporting us with the quarterly professional calls. They're back. There are 4 quarterly luncheons or breakfast within the different NRF conferences like shop.org, Tech, Big Show, and of course, Protect. So women in retail is really kind of the movement these days. In fact, the NRF is taking a big part of what the Women in Loss Prevention has done. They've already transferred it to the women in IT. Now they're looking at it for women-run retail, so that's pretty inspiring to know.
Very cool.
15 years ago we started this.
Yeah. Right, that is. And you and a group of folks that you have really been at the core, I think, should be applauded for your efforts to really bring this conversation to the table, and definitely moving forward in some exciting ways.
Yes. Chad McIntosh has been very involved. He's our male member of the committee. And
used to be caucus, but we changed it.
Yes.
That's right.
And he is responsible for the mentoring program, which we welcome men and women to participate in. And then Denise Wynn of TJ Maxx, phenomenal at getting us the most dynamic speakers. Always.
Always has been.
Yes, so those quarterly calls are coming back, and then we're also going to be putting together an NRF Connect for the women in loss prevention, so that we can reach each other, we can ask questions, we can, collaborate and kind of get the best practices and know what everybody's doing. And it'll be easy, as simple as an email.
Oh, so is the Connect virtual, or is that in person?
It's virtual.
Oh, nice,
So
nice.
it's like a listserv.
Right, so you don't have to deal with travel or anything like
No,
that. It's
no,
all
no.
right there at your fingertips.
If your boss says, well, what does, ABC company do? All you have to do is reach out very
Perfect.
quickly. Yes, that's going to be for NRF members, as well as the board list. So women in loss prevention or in retail that are vice presidents and above, they are working to get them board seats at different companies.
Wow.
How about elevating women in retail?
Yeah.
That's great.
Isn't that
incredible.
outstanding? It's very exciting. So we are seeing this year as one of major growth. Major growth.
Well, I think that you wrote a very interesting op-ed piece for Gus, talking about the Me Too movement, and wanting to talk a little bit about, you had some very interesting tips in that editorial column. And, I think it's always interesting to help everybody understand and learn kind of the female perspective, and also some of the male perspective of what's going on in the industry. I mean, it's definitely a global movement at this point, although other countries call it different things. But nice to see and good to see. And I enjoyed your article and didn't know if you had any other tips to give as we're kind of talking about that.
Oh, I think we just all have to be better listeners and understand what our actions and words mean to others. We have to have that heightened awareness. And because women are certainly more in tune to report. The EEOC is seeing, instead of a couple of hundred reports a month, a couple of thousand a month on this. So it's important. We all need, every retail, every business person needs to be aware and do training and make certain their staff is aware, and that's going to be the answer.
Yeah.
You know, treat everybody with mutual respect.
Yeah,
Always.
it seems as simple as that, doesn't it?
It is as simple
They're
as that.
humans and
That's
people.
right.
Yes.
That's right.
So speaking of respect, we always respect our guests here at the D&D Daily by putting them into the hot seat. And it's at this moment, not hot seat, more of the lightning round.
Okay,
So Joe
I'm
has
ready.
already given up his mic for you.
I've given it
because
up.
this is how the lightning round works.
this
okay,
feels like
Joan?
pressure.
Yeah,
I don't
yes,
know.
it could
I don't
be.
know.
It could be because
You
if
have
you
to help
don't
me,
make
Joe.
if you don't make the timer, all the red sirens will go off, and then we actually have a big bucket of slime above our heads that could come crashing down. So don't
They
worry.
don't.
Don't worry about it. Don't tell them our secrets. Okay. So, all right. So when you're ready, we're going to do the lightning round. You just give what you prefer from my commentary here. Okay, you ready?
Ready.
She's ready. Okay. All right. Facebook or Instagram?
Instagram,
iPhone or Android?
iPhone,
Friends or 90210?
friends.
Jason Bourne or James Bond?
Ooh, they're so good looking.
I know. What?
Bond, I know.
Hashtag him too. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
It was a joke,
that's
everybody.
a
Don't
joke.
freak
Don't-
out. Right?
Cut.
Don't freak out. Coffee or tea?
Coffee,
Beach or lake?
beach,
Orange or apple? Did I already say that one?
No.
Orange or apple? Orange or
Orange.
apple, yes. Orange. Seinfeld or Will and Grace?
Will and Grace.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yanny or Laurel?
Gosh, Yanny, I guess.
Okay, cruise or a plane?
Plane.
Nice. Not many cruisers out there today. So, with that, thank you so much, Joan, for being our guest today and taking the lightning round. And we're going to turn it back over to Editor-in-Chief Gus Nowding. Thanks so much for watching LP&N.